Man, I love 80s movies. I love the aesthetics, I love the iconic music, I love the often cheesy and corny line delivery, and I love the completely wacky and zany things that are totally unique to 80s movies. You know, recently I saw The Breakfast Club. I missed the ball and I haven't seen it until recently. This movie is a treasure and it has all of these tropes and more. And it stands on its own as a classic 80s movie. Man, I love JRPGs. I love the aesthetics, I love the iconic music, I love the often cheesy and corny line delivery. And I love the completely wacky and zany things that are totally unique to JRPGs. You know, I haven't played Persona 5 until actually recently. I somehow missed the ball there, and this game is a treasure. It's a classic. So The Breakfast Club has recently become one of my favorite movies. Sure, you know, it has all of the classic 80s conventions that I mention and love, but this movie has stuck around with me because of the characters and their beautiful development. For those who haven't seen the movie, it deals with stereotypical teens spending a day in detention together. You got the criminal, you got the brain, you got the pretty girl, you got the athlete, and you got the basket case. And as the movie goes on, these stereotypes are completely subverted. Each character takes off their mask and shows who they really are underneath their stereotype. Enter Persona 5, baby. You got the criminal, you got the brain, you got the pretty girl, you got the athlete, and you got your basket case. And like The Breakfast Club, each of these characters are stereotyped in the world of the game. But as the player, you have the opportunity to get to know these characters for who they really are and pull off their masks. And man, it's truly a beautiful experience to get to know these characters for who they really are. I haven't cared this much for characters in a video game, honestly, since Mass Effect 2. And considering how that franchise turned out, that is saying a lot. In Persona 5, you have these characters that you get to know, and you get to, like The Breakfast Club, subvert their stereotype. For example, you have Makoto, the brain of Persona 5. When you meet her towards the beginning of the game, she comes off as honestly a snob. You know, she has good grades, she's very smart, but as you get to know her, you realize that she feels immense pressure from her sister and her father, who has passed away, to be this perfect student. She's sheltered, she's awkward, and she even admits that she doesn't fit in with her peers and she feels like her peers don't even like her. But it's so cool, as you hang out with her more throughout the game, you get to show her more of the world and you get to see her, you know, slowly come out of her shell to be this really cool and really confident girl. You know, something similar happens to another character. Her name's Futaba. She's a shut-in hacker, and when you meet her towards the beginning of the game, she can barely form her own sentences. She can barely communicate. But as you get to hang out with her more, she turns out to be this super fun and quirky geek who loves video games and she loves manga. And even you, Joker, the player character, subverts his own stereotype. You know, you come to this school as a transfer student on probation. All of the students basically hate you because they see you as this, you know, dangerous criminal that's gonna cause trouble. But as you make choices throughout the game, you get to show your peers who you are, and you are so much more than your stereotype. Like, one of my favorites is answering the pop quiz questions throughout the game, and when you get the answer right, you hear all of the students around you just whispering and murmuring like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe he's so smart, like there's no way he can be a bad criminal." And it's just these little details in the dialogue and, you know, this character development that really shows these characters throughout the game taking off their masks. And this social aspect of Persona 5 has been so powerful for me. This game is incredible for so many reasons, but helping your friends come out of their shells has touched me more than I thought it would, honestly. Stereotypes and being yourself are such, poignant and relatable themes. I think most of us have felt buried by social pressure at work or at school, and this game has reminded me to forget about those things and truly be myself, and to look underneath the masks of others and see them for who they really are. Like I mentioned earlier, I haven't loved characters this much in a video game in a long time, and I think that's because they are, people with emotions and goals, and you as the player character get to help them achieve their goals and find out who they, really are. You help them find their self-worth, and that is such a powerful message, especially in today's world with, so many voices here and there and so many expectations for us. And like The Breakfast Club, it's just had such a immense impact on me. It's reminded me how I should treat others and how I should see others, and that I can be an influence for good to help, other people find out who they really are, and in turn find out who I really am. Hey folks, thank you so much for watching this video. As you can tell, I really like this game. I love Persona 5, from its art style to its acid jazz soundtrack, to the gameplay. This game is just, oof, it's so good. And thank you guys for being patient too. School and work kind of took over for a bit, so this video was a while coming, and just know that I have more stuff down the pipeline. I'm hoping to get a little spooky video for you guys, for Halloween and stuff. And yeah, really all I can say is thanks so much for those who have subscribed, and for those who haven't, please subscribe. This video was a lot of fun to make, and I love making videos, and there's just more to come, so stick around. And yeah, you guys have yourself a spanking weekday and holiday and